All right. Welcome to another Woods Report. Hopefully, it doesn't lag. It looks like it's lagging a little bit.
Did it lag it the other day?
Yeah, it lagged the other day. So,
wow.
It is what it is. You know what? Since we got those solar panels, I wonder if that messed up something. But anyway, because it was like doing okay. I had the right thing. So now I probably got to tweak it again.
Why would that be interfering?
I have no idea. It has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
But I probably have to tweak it again. What are you doing?
Like it was far back. Like it was going back that way.
All right. So a lot
halo followed me. Hate that.
So it's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm. Updates, a few
updates. But you were saying something because I was asking you how come you wasn't talking about what was going on The View, and you said that the guy that was on there had some book and he was talking about the Republican Party and the history of it and stuff. How people don't know the history of the Republican Party.
Well, he in his book. I guess he was sharing. He was also probably wondering, where did the disconnect come? Where did the issues come?
Did he say it was a civil rights movement?
No.
Oh, what did he say?
The history of the Republican Party was to benefit our people.
I know, but I'm saying
it was the reason why they did the Civil War and why they freed us.
But I'm thinking it was during the MLK. But when is he saying it broke down?
Oh, he was just saying that there were things that happened that Reagan put into place. Bush. They started putting
before that.
No, he was trying to capture where presidents in that Republican Party started putting laws and policies in place that wasn't benefiting us anymore.
But saying
there was still a large number of Black Republicans.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is what I read in just from history and stuff, it really started happening during the Martin Luther King and civil rights because the Democrats with JFK was the ones that was more
That's
for
they jumped ship of Republican Party.
Black people like JFK. And he was Democrat.
Okay. That's true.
They really liked John F. Kennedy.
His book
Jr.
probably goes into that. He just kind of did a brief overview of it.
Yeah.
But
that's when they said that Black people really became Democrats because they wanted to support Martin Luther King's civil rights movement. They were more progressive in that area because of JFK, which is the same as what he said as presidents. Presidents kind of set that foundation. And from then on, for some reason, Black people just follow the Democratic Party for no reason. Just because their mother or their grandmother was a Democrat.
It's like being in the church.
Yeah.
Because your grandmother there, your great-grandmother there. But do you like this church? It's okay, but my family's here.
I will tell you this, even though we're not going to talk about it in detail today, and even though we'll get 100 million comments, this is me. This is not my sister saying this.
No.
I will say this. I saw Nikki Haley on The Breakfast Club today. I like her still. Now, y'all can comment in the section and call her.
Why would I not agree?
Well, I don't know. I can't say you like Nikki Haley. I can say I do. So, and if it was Biden and Haley, I'm going Haley.
Why are you not talking about that today? I came in your room and I saw you was listening to it. I'm like, that's a very good topic. She was on The Breakfast Club.
All right, well, let's talk about it then.
Yes. I wanted to hear if they asked her the question about the Black and the Civil War, things that she's been putting her foot in her mouth on.
Right.
Charlemagne would be the perfect people to ask. So, Nikki, what you meant by that? Okay, clean it up now. What you think, girl? What you think?
All right, let me find a picture of Nikki Haley. We'll talk about Nikki. We'll do it. This is a show. We can do whatever we want.
Yes.
It's our show. So we can do what we want to do.
That's not your number one.
Yeah. I'll talk about it. I don't care. Okay. We're not that big. Well, you can still see him. Well, I want you to see him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oops.
Yeah, I want you to see Comb Over. That's fine. I want you to see Comb Over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, all right, let's talk about it then. Nikki Haley.
On The Breakfast Club.
Okay, she was on The Breakfast Club.
What stuck out to you about her? That you still like her or you like her more?
Okay. When Nikki Haley was on there, Charlemagne, he ain't gonna ask no real tough questions. But anyway, he's not that type of person. Now, if that Black lady was on there, the one that give the news, she'd be asking Nikki all kind of good ones.
Okay.
But Charlemagne did what we thought he would do.
Okay.
He asked her, the questions that everybody wants to know. why did you support Donald Trump? You still seem like you supported him until just now when he became your opponent. But when it was all 12 of y'all up there, you didn't say nothing bad about him. And she was honest. She said, I wasn't really running against him. He didn't show up for anything. I basically was running against I had to get rid of the 12 other guys that was on stage. So I put my focus on them. So when y'all ask me questions about Trump, I tuned him out until now. She said, now I'm saying something. Well, I think Charlamagne was saying, and I agree with him, you should have been saying something all along, because had you been saying something all along, it would have resonated. Now it just seemed like you saying something because you desperate and you got to get people to start looking. Okay. But if you would have been making that your platform from day one, then it would have been like in people's minds. Yes, it would have been in people's minds all of the things he didn't do. Okay. When he was president.
Do you think partly too that her not doing it still allowed the opening of people to say she's not mean and dirty like him? Right. So I'll still get on her bandwagon. Yes.
He talked about how she said America is not a racist country. They went back and forth with that. And I told you that I understand when people say that. You said it, why Sonny said legally, why they can't say it. And I told you why I think people don't say it, because when you say something is something, people assume everything in that bucket is the same.
Yeah, you brush and make a blanket statement.
So if you make a comment that America is a racist country and you go to another country, they don't distinguish it the way you're saying it. They don't go, well, there's some things in there, the practices are racist, and then they say, oh, so America is racist. Everybody there is racist. Right. And you got to like differentiate. No, not every. So she said, yes. There's still racism here. Yes. You still have racism.
Look at Come Over talking about her.
Yes.
Racist comments.
And Charlamagne said that. But Charlamagne threw her a loop when he said, but you won't say that there are some things that are embedded, laws, the way things that are handled, that are still racist. Right. Which means that it's racist. She said, you know why I won't say that, Charlamagne? She said, because I don't want little brown girls and boys to feel like when you say something is something, no hope. They have no hope.
No chance.
Do I believe that there are things that we need to make better and change? Yes. Do I believe that there are systems that need to be changed? She said, look at my record of what I did in South Carolina. You're from South Carolina. He couldn't disagree. Okay. She said, I had the lowest recidivism rate because I changed some things in the prison. Right. I made things different where when they come out, they don't return.
And you said that governors are little mini presidents. So she's already showing how she's running her state.
Yes.
She can definitely run the country.
So, and the thing that kept Charlamagne quiet is because he's from South Carolina.
Oh, so he's witnessing the thing.
I think he likes Nikki Haley. I really do. I think he's from South Carolina. He sees what she's doing in that state, and he likes her. Now, there are things that she is not. If you are a Democrat, you're not going to like her if you like unions and stuff. She is not a union person. She is not. She's not that. She
think that
she's a corporate
and stuff.
She wants to bring business in. She's not gonna.
So that's Republican.
But those are good things to argue about. Not grabbing a woman by the what.
The thing that she's
which is come over.
But the thing that she's always made clear is she's willing to talk about
it. Thank you. Now, he brought up the abortion thing because Republicans keep saying she's a Democrat and she's pro-choice. She said, let me get this clear. And I don't know if I can be any more clear. She says it on every show, and she said, I'm going to say it again. I am pro-life. I do not believe that you should have an abortion. She said, my husband is adopted. And I have a friend who was the R word.
Violated.
And I watched her go through the difficult choice that she had on to keep the child or not keep it, whatever. But it's a personal thing.
If those situations happen.
She said, now, a lot of Republicans who would get up here was talk and they have these talking points because they know how to make the base follow what they're saying.
Right.
She said, but it's not realistic. I am a realistic person.
Right.
And that's what they don't like.
Right.
She said, in order for you to change abortion nationally, you need more than the majority of the Senate. That's not going to happen. We haven't had a Senate that has been Republican controlled. And she said, and I don't know how many, it was like 30, 40 years or whatever.
Right.
The real makeup of this country is half. Some people believe in it and some people don't.
Right.
More people believe in exceptions.
Right. Right.
Then don't.
Then don't.
So she says, as a realistic president, I know that going in.
Mm-hmm.
So why can't we just vote on things we agree on?
Right.
Do you think there's a time that you shouldn't be able to have one? Mm-hmm. Is there a term that even the Democrats will give in and say, okay, maybe 6 months is too long. If you've had the baby for 6 months, then no, you can't
abort it.
Things like that.
Yeah.
She said, are there things that we can come to the table and compromise and say, okay, well, I don't believe in it at all. Mm-hmm. But at least, okay, in case of R word, incest, okay, we'll keep
her
it.
Health.
She said, one thing I'm willing to give in as the president, I don't think a woman should be found criminal.
Thank you.
She says, I don't think the doctor should be found criminal.
Put in jail.
She said, now that's not a popular thing in the Republican Party.
No.
But that's something I'm willing to put on the table.
Thank you.
So I like how they keep saying that she's the type of person, oh, well, whatever way this goes, she gonna go.
That's what Sonny keeps saying.
She is a realistic person.
Right. And she's made it. And when I came and I heard you talking to her, one thing she was saying when I came in is she said, do not want to be vice president.
They kept saying, oh, well, if you don't win, are you going to, if he decides to make you vice president or cabinet? She said, I don't want to be a cabinet member and I don't want to be vice president. I won't be those things.
Yes. Duh. Sonny.
Charlemagne got her on the thing on, you was part of his cabinet. She said, I was the UN ambassador. Honestly, Charlemagne, I was never in Washington. I was always in New York. I thought he wasn't unhinged when he first, just what Alyssa said.
Yes.
I was for him.
And people always say that.
And she said, and the other thing, let's stop saying that he didn't do anything for this country.
He did.
He did.
Yes, he did.
He did good things.
They think that when he was president for the 4 years, nothing was done, nothing happened.
No, he did.
Needle didn't move. I know for a business.
Yeah.
He helped in our business.
So it's like this country has become all or nothing.
Yes.
You're either all in on somebody or you're all
totally against them.
I'm not when I criticize Biden, Democrats get mad. Why?
Well,
he's not a perfect president.
I know, but the way you criticize him, it's almost like you're putting him in the category of comb over. I get it. He's just another president like Bush, like Reagan that we didn't agree with. But, it's like you're dogging him out even more so.
I do. That's why I feel. Well, that's how I feel.
Okay.
But I feel like I don't trust him. But you don't.
It's not about trust.
But no, I don't. I think they both in the same boat. I just think he's smarter. I think
he should be smarter.
He's smarter. I think that's why I said when you said checkers don't call him a moron, you're right. Trump to me is a moron. Anytime a judge tells you to shut up and don't say something and you leave the courtroom and say what he told you not to say, and he's the person that's making the decision on how much money you owe, you're a moron.
Biting the hand.
Now, Biden, I think, is just, in my opinion, because he has too many ties to Ukraine. And financially, I don't believe his son just made money out of the willy-nilly. I do believe he knew when he called on those places and his son put him on the calls, that he knew that him talking to him says, I am in communication with my father. You don't have to say that, but if I'm in a meeting and I take a phone call and I put you on speakerphone and your father happens to be the president of the United States, that means something.
That's clout. That gives you a little leverage.
So you guys who are this whole thing about he didn't have anything to do, no, he did. He's just smarter. Trump would actually say something on the call because he's a moron. If Trump's son was in a meeting and he called in and he pushed the button for him to come into the room, he would say something. Hey, why don't you guys give us that deal? How about this? And how about that? Because he's a moron.
But you know what?
Where Biden just calls in and says, hey, son, just calling to check in on you. Thanks, Dad. I love you. Love you too,
you know
son.
What? A lot of times we get amnesia with our presidents that have been in office. Like Joy was saying, wow, Trump makes Bush look really good now because she did not like Bush.
Right.
There were things that Obama didn't do right.
Of course.
There were things that Clinton, but oh my God, if you say that, you'll get struck down by.
Thank you. Because I don't like
I don't like that
about Obama. Now I don't like Obama. That's what I'm saying.
Obama was not the greatest president either. He did some good things.
He was weak on some stuff.
But he was weak on some areas. And they were saying the guy who did the document I told you about the black history, he said that Clinton was the one that signed it in about men going to jail.
Yes.
Men of color.
Yeah.
Clinton.
Yeah.
Who was our Sigma brother.
And Kamala Harris when she was
but we don't talk about their failures or that particular policy they put in place.
You don't throw everybody out. So she was clear. She said he did do some stuff that was good. She said, but that time has passed.
Yes.
He has become, she said, unhinged.
Yeah.
He is unpredictable.
Yeah.
He is not, she feels fit, mind-wise. And I believe what she's saying. Yes. He gets up on stage, he starts a sentence, and he ends it with something totally that we're not even talking about. She says he's weak on foreign affairs. He has his ideal of stopping the wars to get on the phone call and call Putin.
Hey, buddy of mine, let's go play golf and see.
But he doesn't give you his, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
But you know what?
He doesn't listen to people that are around him.
He was like that in The Apprentice.
I agree.
He sat at that table and let his daughter and the older man, and then another guy they gave the direction. Sometimes he probably was not even connected to what was going on with the entertainers.
But he's still the same. That, like you said, he was like that in The Apprentice. He doesn't like, and I understand this about him. He knows he can be swayed.
Yeah.
So he knows that. So when somebody has to deliver the gauntlet or whatever, he'll ask somebody else to do it. Like you said in The Apprentice.
Yeah.
You give her you tell her what we don't like. Because if she smiles at me, I'm done. Yeah. If you just tell him you like him, he's gonna change.
And a few people had talked themselves out of getting cut out The Apprentice, Celebrity Apprentice, because they smiled.
Exactly. So she said there were things he wanted to do when he was president, foreign-wise, and she had to go in his office and talk him out of it. She was the UN ambassador.
Yes.
She said, I was the United Nations ambassador.
Thank you.
I know what how these countries think, who these people are in these positions. Why is it even a thought between her and him?
Thank you. I don't know.
She was the governor of a successful state.
They were.
What is wrong with people?
One of the things that they did ask the guy who wrote the book about the Republican and the journey with the whole Republican Party and how it started in the whole plan of how it started with the bettering of the blacks and people of color to how it is now. They kept asking, "What's going?" He said it was before Trump. Really, there's always been racism in that party.
Yeah.
Colin Powell's name was brought up, who even understood racism, and he had to kind of step back and endorse Obama.
Yes.
He was even having issues with his own party as well.
And it's black, it's not white.
It's not,
It's the party.
Yeah.
Because recently Candace Owens said something stupid. That Charlie Kirk guy made a comment that if he gets on a plane and he sees a black pilot, he gets kind of uncomfortable. Because he don't know if he got the job because of affirmative action or because he's a good pilot.
But the sad thing about it, There are people who agree with
But
him
yet,
and follow him.
and Candace Owens agreed with him. And she black.
Yeah.
Now, why is it that you can't say the same thing if I get on there and I see a white pilot? How do I know he's not there because his dad was a pilot?
Thank you. Or he could
Why do you assume because he's a white man, he's smart enough to get it?
Well,
why didn't he get it because his dad was the pilot and they gave it to him?
You know what?
Why can't you question every pilot? You big dummy.
But you know what? A lot of people in the world, and I felt this
my goodness.
When we traveled and did missions trips, and some of y'all who do missions, you know what I'm talking about if you're not if you're a person of color. When we went to certain countries as missionary, a lot of times, not all the time, okay, I don't want to do a blanket statement, but there were a lot of times where the white face would show up.
Thank you.
And that country, that poverty-stricken country, oh, help us.
But that's how black people are.
Oh, our white savior has helped us, is helping us. And the black people sit there and go, what is happening here?
We still see that as in our community.
That's what I'm saying. Other countries are seeing that too.
If I come and I say, you guys need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, you'll be like, okay. If a white guy comes and says, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, a lot of black people will say, well, he knows because he's white.
Thank you.
So to me,
more credible.
Right. So to me, that's embedded. That's something that's embedded.
Yeah.
So I would prefer if Candace Owens bobblehead would say, I question all pilots.
Yes.
I don't know how he got there.
Competency of them, if they've been drinking.
When I get on the plane, I don't feel more comfortable if I see no, she said women. If she sees a female pilot, she feels uncomfortable.
And some people are like that.
See?
Even with doctors and people in the medical profession. A black doctor? I don't know.
Why can't you just say, I'm like that with everybody? I question everybody. Just because you're Indian don't mean you're the best doctor. It's about 1 million Indian doctors. I think we all got an Indian doctor.
My mom's doctor.
My doctor is Indian.
He was awful.
He was horrible.
He was leaving my mama to die. That man, why you bring that up?
Well, because he's Indian. He must be a good doctor.
We have to get rid of him.
So now I feel like the safest place is to question everybody.
That's why
I don't care if you're a white man. How'd you get your job? Well, my dad. Get out of here. I don't care who you are. I want to know how many operations you've done and how many. Ben Carson's is an excellent heart doctor.
Yes, he is. Very stale guy, but he's good.
Is Charlie Kirk going to question him? Affirmative action?
Thank you. And it's so sad because that's one of the main things that Martin Luther King had taught was not to judge with the color.
Yes.
But the character.
And we do. But there are things, and I know we're wrong. But there are things that I feel.
You don't want a black man doing it?
No.
What?
There are things that are stereotypes.
Yes.
Not all stereotypes are bad. I'm just saying that.
I laugh at them because some of them are so
But
true.
a lot of them are true. If I walk in and I see a big black lady with a pile of potato salad next to her, and I look at Becky over there with potato salad, I'm going to the big black lady. Now, she could be wrong. Becky's potato salad could be better than Bertha's.
It could be something new that you never tried and you may like it.
But the chances of Bertha's potato salad
being good, that she put her foot in it.
And her German chocolate cake, and her sweet potato pie, her greens, her cornbread, and her fried chicken. I'm going to Big Bertha's booth.
But you know what? We're so afraid of the stereotypes.
And I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Becky could have the best fried chicken and greens, you see, we gamblers.
Yeah.
If I got one chance to gamble,
rolling the dice.
Now I could be wrong, but that was a gamble I'm willing to take.
My bet on Bertha. Did I do good? I hit the 7. All right.
Now, if I walk in there and there's whoever, Juan, and then next to Juan is
Another race.
Antonio's Pizzeria.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to the Antonio's Pizzeria.
You know what?
The Italian guy.
But we're learning too, even with the stereotypes.
But you go in Italian restaurants, and it's Mexicans cooking in the back.
Except soul food place too.
Mexicans cooking in the back.
So
what did we just say? Mexicans are the ones that we should go to all the time?
Well, you pass that recipe to anybody can make it. You're thinking, okay, anybody in that kitchen has Mamma Mia's pizzeria ingredients. So you gonna make a matzo ball.
But they add some more to it sometimes. Because if you go to it'd be like a certain, you'll go to Taco Bell, and it'd be like Mexicans that work at that Taco Bell, and then you go to another one, it'd be like white people. The Mexican one is better.
Really?
I think they
can change their ingredients.
They do add some stuff, because some McDonald's is better than others. Y'all agree with me?
I didn't think
some
that
Burger
as a
King
franchise that they were not to touch things.
I don't think they supposed to, but I think they do. They add a little bit of something in there. But I'm just saying.
I get it.
So we all do stereotypes. I get it. And that's the other thing too. What happened to the phrase of "it's better to be a fool and not open your mouth so that people know it, than open your mouth and remove all doubt"? Y'all remember that one? Even if sometimes you may think something, you don't have to say it.
Don't say nothing.
There was no reason for Candace Owens to say that. You already know you're a black woman, and everybody looking at what you say, you bobblehead.
But then again,
she wants people to say something.
She wants the ratings. This is a good segue into your next topic.
Oh, you're right.
We're on race.
So that's it for. Oh, and then the thing about her saying the Civil War.
Yeah.
She said she apologized. She said, I thought it was a given that the Civil War
by default
was because of slavery, was to end slavery. She said, I, for some reason, thought he was asking me. She said, I was reading way too much into his question.
Yeah.
I thought he was trying to ask me something profound or something.
Yes.
She said, I read way too much into that question, and I do apologize for that. She said, Charlamagne, I went to school.
Yeah.
We all went to school. We all know
she's the governor of a southern state.
Was because of slavery.
That was one of the main things.
One of the main reasons.
But not the only.
That's the
problem.
Reason.
We all say Civil War, slavery, to abolish it, to leave it alone. And that's not it. That's not the only thing.
Right.
And we stopped there. There were other things as well. Why did they do it? Right. What were the reasons why they felt it needed to be done?
And then the last thing she talked about, which is what I said, and this is why I think that the Democrats are going after her, is because, big head, because she said, the reason why the Democrats want Trump. She didn't say this, but in a round way.
That he'll beat her.
She says she has a better chance of beating Biden.
Yeah, she does.
Because independents like her. And she said, so she would definitely get the independents to vote for her.
Yeah,
and then the Republicans, she's the candidate. So
I wish
they would vote for her because she's the Republican candidate.
The sad thing is the independents can't vote in the primaries. That's the thing. People want to just rush in there in the primaries between her and Comover, and choose her so he can just be out of the picture.
I am an independent, and I can tell you without a doubt, as of now, things can change between now and November. If it was a Nikki Haley and a Biden, I would vote for Nikki Haley over Biden.
Okay.
He has done a horrible job with the border. All of a sudden, he wants to do the border when it's election year. And there's things he can do without waiting on Congress. And she applauded Abbott. I told you that there was things I said I liked about. I said, YouTube mama said Biden is old. My thing that I like about Abbott, and she said as a governor, that's why she applauded him. Okay. She said you have to do things to make your state safe. Yeah. She said, and I'm very open, defund sanctuary cities. She said that. Yeah, she said, and that's not popular with Black people or Latino people.
I really don't
but
have
that's
a
how
problem
she
with
feels.
That. I'm sorry, you guys.
She says because if you keep funding it, they will never fix the problem.
I live in the area where it's, oh my God, it's just overwhelming. It really is. And even the organizations that are out there to help, they're overwhelmed. They're burnt out. It's just so many.
She doesn't like the bill. Remember we were saying, what's the bill they trying to pass? because he asked her about Trump trying to not tell them don't vote on this bill.
Exactly.
She said, I do agree.
She gave a reason that
she
don't
said,
like
I do agree. But she wanted to be clear. I agree on a different reason than he does.
Oh.
He wants to not pass it because he doesn't want anything to happen until he becomes president.
Right.
She says, I don't want to pass it because I think we can do better. She said, I don't feel like, I think you should close the border. Nobody should come in unless they've been vetted. She said Mexico has to be the holding spot.
Yes.
And then once the people are vetted, then they come and they get not no 2 6-year deal on when to become a citizen. It has to be quickly in the process. She says, so until that happens, in a state of emergency, I do believe in closing it now. That's it. Yeah. It doesn't mean that people have to go back to their place. Mexico now has the problem. Mm-hmm. They have to be the holding tank.
Exactly.
Why are we the holding tank?
Thank you. They even get that far to pass them.
Because Mexico knows we the holding tank.
Right.
But if you the holding tank, imagine if you close the border, just like what's going on in Gaza, where they can't cross the border. Then all of a sudden, people start going, well, shoot, let's see, can't get into Egypt. So now this is a problem. It becomes a world problem. It brings attention to it.
They shut down the borders of Florida with Cuba.
Yeah.
And Cubans couldn't.
So that was basically her. I like her more even after she was on the Breakfast Club. So I know people don't like Nikki Haley. I don't know why.
That's fine.
They just don't.
They have their opinion.
Everybody has their opinion.
And then 2 people again are voting political party. They really are staying to their parties. And that's fine. My only thing with that is, and I agree with you on the current administration, to me, if you come at me, because I'm an independent voter, you as a Democrat, if you come at me and any kind of ill feelings about that, you need to run down that checklist on what has been done, remind me of what our administrative is doing, and then the things that I don't think they're doing, remind me and let me know. Educate, what do you call it? Educate me on what's going on, because I feel if I got to dig for that information.
Thank you.
I got to search for that information. That needs to be shouted from the mountaintops. Every time a Democrat is on TV, and when Kamala was on The View, that was her moment he did this, and this. All she can say was 1 or 2 things. I'm sorry, it's not enough.
If you're going to get, and I watch people on Facebook and YouTube and stuff who are Democrat and say, well, Joe Biden did this and this. If you have to be the mouthpiece for Joe Biden, you just proved to me why he shouldn't be president again.
Thank you.
If you got to get on Facebook and YouTube and do a whole dissertation on all the stuff that Joe Biden has done, then you have a loser as a president.
I'm glad.
And to the Republicans, if the best you can put out is a guy with 90-something felonies against him.
With no policies.
And you say the woman that he just got sued for is lying.
Thank you.
Your whole premise of her lying is because he told you she's lying, and because you watch Fox News and all these other conservative shows that told you she's lying, when there's 20 other women who say the same exact thing.
They're all
You
lying.
just don't see them on television.
They're all
but
lying.
all of them are lying. But he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Then you are a moron. And you deserve to have him, just like the people deserve to get Saul. Yeah. They wanted him as king, and God gave it to him. Yeah. Then when they found out he was a numbskull, they went and cried and asked God, please, why should we suffer under this numbskull? Because you wanted him and you got him.
You got what you wanted.
How dare you say different?
That wasn't what I wanted for you, but that's what you wanted.
And you got a previous governor of a successful state running against them. So you can't blame God.
2-term governor.
You can't blame him. You can't say, God, you only gave us Trump. He's going to be like, I had 17 people on that stage.
Yeah.
If you wanted more conservative, you could have voted for Prince Boot DeSantis. If you wanted something new and refreshing, you could have voted for Vivek.
Yes.
If you wanted somebody who was a fat boy Flintstone, who was anti-Trump, I gave you him. If you want
you said fat boy.
if you want a house Negro, I even gave your ugly Tim Scott.
Yeah,
You didn't even vote for him.
Thank you. You said house Negro. What's a master? What you say, master? I love you. I love you, master.
If you want Christian cut cloth, straight to the key, honest guy to the T, Abraham Lincoln, I gave you Pence.
Thank you.
But you end up with an orange, big, giant ball at the end. So you want him, you got him.
That's true. So
That's why I don't care if he wins. You understand why I've checked out? Because I know that how people are. They'll want something so bad. And then when God gives it to them, they'll complain to God and say, why'd you give me this?
Yeah.
You wanted that man so bad.
He messing up.
Just like a woman. You wanted him so bad. You walked down the aisle with him. You married him. Now he hit you in the head with buckets and locking you in the closet. And God is saying, I told you not, I said in your spirit not to marry that man. But you wanted him so bad. So he gave them to you. Now, the thing I love about God is that if you cry out to him, he will forgive you.
Yeah.
So America's going to have to go through a stage of crying out to God. I'm sorry, God. We'll get back to what you want.
My people who are called by my name will humble themselves. Okay.
We're going to get to that point.
Go ahead.
All right. Now, you wanted me to talk about Nikki Haley.
I know, yeah.
All right.
I sure did. Because that segues into this.
All right. Now, we went to see American. Oh, let's look at what everybody said.
Okay.
Emerald says, hey, ladies, I don't get upset with truth is the truth. Both presidents have their success and failures. Some of the best doctors I've ever had were female. When it comes to people's food, if they have pets, I usually pass. You right. People let their pets just eat on everything and their hair, all that stuff. And Big Bertha could be washing her greens in the washing machine.
That's right.
I saw that too.
That's right.
Emerald says, Kamala truly has faded into the background. I really expected more from her.
I did too. And she really let me down.
All right.
I'm sorry. I just wanted more.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Now, we went to see American
We try to
Fiction.
see as many pictures as we can that are nominated or the actors that are nominated.
I will tell you this.
Wow.
Before we even get into the review of the movie.
Very good movie.
Unless somebody shows me different, Jeffrey Wright will win the Academy Award. Jeffrey Wright.
But we didn't see the other movies.
Well,
in all fairness.
Jeffrey Wright, this movie would have fallen flat on his face if he was not a good actor.
Oh.
This movie had to have a Jeffrey Wright. You could not phone in your acting ability on this movie.
Okay.
He had to act sympathetic.
Yeah.
He had to act haughty.
Different
he had
emotions.
to act nervous. Mm-hmm. He had to act ghetto. He had to act
scared.
He had to act scared.
Angry.
He was angry. He was funny.
All the emotions.
There is no, unless you tell me out of who are the other ones, and I haven't seen the movie. If they didn't come with 16 different acting characteristics in one guy, he was robbed. If he don't get best actor in this movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, number 2, with the supporting cast. Look at me.
Okay.
This was an actor's movie.
Yeah.
Not one person in this movie could have been a dud.
Thank you.
Not one person.
Every actor in this movie played their part.
Not one person could have phoned that in. Not one character.
From Jeffrey Wright's character being the main.
All the way down.
His mom, his siblings, the person to help in the home.
Everybody.
Her husband.
The security officer.
Yes.
There was not
the publisher guy. The other people he spoke to about his book.
Even the extras in the office.
Yes.
Everybody had to bring their A game.
And they did.
And whoever that director is was excellent for making them do that.
Yes. Okay.
Nobody folding it in.
This is
Nobody.
how a movie should be.
This is what
directed
a movie
and the actors in it.
Now, when I said, because I know you're not in this field, I am. When I said that the director of The Color Purple didn't demand that from his actors. Now do you understand what I'm talking about? Demand the best they can bring when they come in front of that camera.
But the only thing that I kind of hesitant to say, he worked with what he had. I honestly don't think that Taraji is a very, very strong singer.
Oh, so you said
he worked with what he had, good actress, whereas Fantasia is a strong singer and weak on the acting.
So why would you tone down her singing? You just proved my point.
I don't know.
That's not a good director. I'm sorry.
When they casted these people together, that should have been already the beginning of what the plan was.
But as a director, I would have demanded, because her acting was not strong, I would have demanded that you at least keep her singing, because people would have walked away saying, that was good.
Like they did with Dreamgirls with Jennifer Hudson.
Because she's not a strong actress. Mm-hmm. But people walked away saying, when she did I Am Telling You.
Now, who sat down with, somebody had to have sat down with Diana Ross when she did The Wiz.
Yeah.
Because that pulled out, we all know how Diana sings.
Yeah.
Real soft. Baby, baby.
They told you got to come strong.
She came strong in The Wiz.
Yeah.
So maybe you're saying that they should have done Taraji and all the actors together like they did with Diana Ross in The Wiz.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, American Fiction.
Yes.
We talked about the actors. All of them were good. I can't even separate them. The only one that I'm separating is Jeffrey Wright, who hands down gets the Oscars. If Jeffrey Wright doesn't get an Oscar, the Oscars, we already know the Oscars
but
is fake.
I told you, in fairness, we have not seen the other
I don't have to see the other ones. Unless they did 16 characters and one guy, they don't win.
I'm just saying, it's all fairness.
I got it.
Okay.
All right. Now.
Because I'm trying to get my if I want to go see Oppenheimer.
Yes.
Oppenheimer.
And that guy plays the same person in every movie.
Yeah.
He's not getting, who's the best actor nominees? We're going to end this once and for all.
Well, is Jeffrey Wright the main, or is he he has to be the main character, right?
He's the main character.
And main actors. Okay. Who is he going against?
Because if you're talking about Oppenheimer, no. Sorry. He's not getting it.
Okay.
The Oppenheimer guy.
I'm saying they made, movie-wise, not so much acting.
Okay. You know what? Okay. American Fiction was nominated for Best Movie.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
But what about the...
I mean, all the other ones, I don't know.
Jeffrey Wright in there. Though.
Yeah, I don't
nominated too as a...
Yeah, Best Actress. None of them were voted on as Best Actress. And I agree with that.
Yeah.
He was
the strongest one in there.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I do agree with that. Best Actor. Paul Giamatti in Holdovers. He plays that was the same personality he plays.
Okay.
He was good, but he's always good.
Uh-huh.
Bradley Cooper in Maestro. No, sorry. Coleman Domingo. Now you saw Rustin. Rustin, Coleman Domingo, or Jeffrey Wright.
Oh, they both played good parts. And Jeffrey was in Rustin. He played this congressman.
All right.
A totally different character. Oh, that's a hard one.
See, I didn't see Rustin.
Well, here's the thing.
I didn't see Rustin.
One of them black men need to walk away.
But was he
the best actor?
Was he better than... Did Rustin play 20 characters like Jeffrey Wright did?
No.
Then Jeffrey Wright wins.
Rustin did different. He did different emotions.
All right.
But yeah, maybe Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey Wright. For my mom does a beat 'em up, bang bang type of movie.
She even liked this.
She liked this movie. I said, Mike, did you get it? You okay, girl? Yeah.
She laughed when she. This is how you know you laugh when you're supposed to laugh. The audience laughs.
Uh-huh.
He's such a good darn actor.
But you know what?
I love people that are so good.
I was telling my sister, I said the white people in the audience, some of them were quiet.
Yeah, some of the parts.
Some of them, not all of them.
Talking, yeah.
Some of them were kind of quiet because there were comments that were made, or the storyline was kind of hinting to them and how a lot of them probably feel.
And then the guy who Oppenheimer, no.
Okay.
Now, I would agree with you. Between Jeffrey Wright and Coleman Domingo, I didn't see Rustin. Mm-hmm. But unless Coleman Domingo played 16 characters, it's Jeffrey Wright.
You keep saying the 16 characters. That's what you're building this off of. Because we saw all these emotions with Jeffrey Wright in the American Fiction.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So,
I saw another side of his acting.
Which
Like I
is
told you,
fine.
I'm laughing because the first movie that came to me was the Shaft when he played the brother.
oh, Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright.
And he played Negro in this.
Yes.
I love him. He's so good.
He's a good
He
actor.
can play a street gang banger, like in American Fiction,
Uh-huh.
a hood guy from the jail, the prison system, and then he could turn around and play a guy who went to Harvard.
Yes.
He's so freaking good.
But get to the,
All right.
because we're going to be,
I don't want to
we're
tell.
only talking about these two things. You know
I
that,
don't
right?
want to tell the story because some people haven't seen it. So I'm just,
Oh,
I'm
that's
doing
not fair.
general.
This movie been out for how
No,
long
but
now?
I'm being general. Because some people are going to go see it because it's nominated for an Oscar.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to give out the plot. See,
Okay.
I'm just talking umbrella.
A general.
Yeah,
Okay.
of what we think about the movie.
Okay.
So I felt the movie was good. I felt the movie tackled a lot of issues that Black people have
Two sides.
internally.
And two areas of how we think.
How ghetto sells, just like in the music industry, gang banging, hustling, women talking about shaking their butt.
That sells.
People sell.
Reality TV.
But if you got a rapper on the side who she's talking about consciousness and about bringing yourself up and being a
loving
woman,
yourself.
ain't nobody playing that.
That's boring. Ooh.
So, but
Can we use the?
But-
can I use the example of the one example they did put it in the movie?
which one?
With the drink alcohol, the Jack Daniels.
Yeah, go ahead. That don't tell the movie.
One of the things that the
Movie.
his publisher was sharing with him is
He's a book writer, just so you know.
and then
In this movie, American Fiction, Jeffrey Wright is an author.
mhm,
And he writes books. This is
Mhm.
not telling the plot. I mean, this is telling the plot.
mhm,
He writes books. He happens to be African American,
mhm.
but his books have nothing to do with the African American experience or anything. He could be anybody. If you didn't see a picture of him, you wouldn't know who he was. He's just an author. His books are not selling.
Mhm.
But East Issa has a book that's ghetto. It's
Where
everywhere.
you be going, Mama? Shoot. I already tell you that, Mama. What's
And
going on with you?
every white book publishing
They
company,
love it.
every film producer, everybody wants to love Issa because it's real.
Get
She
on.
shows what the real
Storyline.
Black experience is.
Inner city.
And he's like, but I'm Black. And they like, you don't matter. She's showing what's going on.
But you know what? It reminds me of the whole thing with Bill Cosby.
Yes. When he
and
first
Eddie
came out
Murphy
with
and
the...
Richard Pryor.
Oh, no, I thought you were talking about the Cosby Show. But go
No,
ahead.
no, I'm saying as far as them
Oh,
using all
yes.
that profanity. You don't
Yes.
have to do all that profanity to do a big comedy. You can stay clean and be whatever. And then I think Eddie Murphy was complaining that Bill came at him and said that.
But the reason why I like this movie is because you can have that message and that dialogue, a true dialogue, is revealing a certain part of who we are wrong. It's not. I think what they were trying to say, that can't be all we see.
Yeah.
It can't be all
It's like
Marquita, Shaquana.
Like in the Chitlins
It
year,
can't.
in beginnings of our journey into the whole thing of acting and art, the arts.
Right.
We want to show all sides.
But
of how
we're not going to
we
tell
are.
the end of the movie. And this pretty much isn't telling the end of the movie.
No.
The thing I liked about the movie, it doesn't tell you how to walk away and think. You have to come up with that answer. Whose fault is it? Is it white people's fault for pushing that agenda? The producers, the
Telling
directors,
that narrative.
Hollywood, the
Yeah.
publishing companies? Or is it Black people because we keep buying into it? And if we keep buying into it, they're going to give you what you go see. He kept mentioning Tyler Perry throughout the whole movie.
Tyler Perry.
I knew that was a dig.
The thing that it kind of puts you on that whole discussion, that journey about Spike Lee's opinion on Tyler Perry.
Yes.
Playing the dress and the mom, Madea thing. Madea made this man a millionaire.
And it's the same. It kind of...
But it takes what his mom and his aunts and his grandmothers. He putting all of that in that one character.
Yes.
But yet Spike Lee is like, ooh.
But it also addresses kind of what Cat Williams was kind of saying, because it seemed like Cat Williams was putting all of the onus on the artist.
Mm.
And it's like, is it really the artist, or is it that's what people want to see? I got bills I got to pay. I got things I got to take care of.
You and I had a difference of opinion on that. Yeah.
So I love
like
this movie.
Is the industry pressuring them,
or are you doing it because you like it?
Like the Wayans brothers is saying, we chose to do white chicks.
Exactly.
But
and how much of that is in you?
Yeah.
Because he was the writer.
Yeah.
If you're writing that dialogue,
yes,
how much of that is in you? And he was easy able to play gangbanger, jail guy.
Mm-hmm.
Is he emulating what he's seen? What a jail guy can be? Or is that in him?
Is this a life story, a documentary that he's putting out in the book?
Very good movie. Very good.
But one thing I wanted to say before you move on, they use the example of Jack Daniels. And I didn't know this. Jack Daniels has four different...
Jack Daniels?
I think it was... Well, if I'm saying Jack Daniels,
it might be another.
It may be another liquor.
It's another liquor.
But it's a liquor that has four different brands, four different types. They got their cheap brand that people can afford.
The bootleg type
the bootleg
of stuff.
and the hood. I just want to get,
the kind of stuff you could probably buy in the grocery store.
He went to each grade up into that top bottle that's expensive. And you really don't have the money. It's a very certain audience that can buy that particular high end one. And he used that as an example of
you can be one person, one company, one entity, but there can be many sides to you.
Yeah, and we see that with Tyler Perry
too. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't beat up on Tyler Perry.
Yes.
Because he's given us those movies with Cicely Tyson and all of that, and he gives us Madea.
Hey.
But I got some bills I got to pay. And if Madea puts booties in the seats, I put Madea.
Thank you. I'll put that dress on and that wig.
But if you do that, is it ever going to change? Because you're buying. See, I love the movie, but it's a good dialogue for us to have.
But the question did come to him.
What comes first, the chicken or the egg?
But the question did come to him is, what does he want? Is that what people feel about him and what he's putting out there?
What do you want?
Because Tyler made the decision. I have bigger dreams.
Exactly.
And I need the finances to do
it. What is the message, the ultimate message that you as an artist want to put out? And I think that is the final answer.
But I could debate
when we walk away.
But I part of me disagree with that as far as the message.
Why?
What is the goal? What is that person's mission?
That's true.
Because Tyler has always thought about having his own studio.
You're right.
Now, how I get to that studio is Madea and Bruh and
it's
sisters.
different, and it's not the same for every artist.
Thank you. The journeys
Each artist is different.
Right.
So if this movie is an actor's movie,
yes,
I can see why actors chose it as best movie nomination.
Yeah,
I can see why they made him what's his name? Sterling.
Sterling.
What is the assistant? Not assistant. Backup actor. Whatever.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Supporting actor. My mind can't think. Okay. He's nominated. Supporting actor, yeah. Okay. And I can see why. Because this is definitely an actor's movie.
It is. It from the thing about writing, and a book becomes a movie, and how people think about us, how people portray us. What's people's what is the word I'm saying? How they view us. Mm-hmm. Their opinion on us,
yes.
You as an actor, you as whatever. It covers all. It covers
of that. Everything. It covers how we see ourselves as Black people. Mm-hmm. It covers classism.
Mm-hmm.
when you're a Black person and you're successful, and you have success and you're a doctor, and you have, everyone in your family is successful. Your father was a doctor, and you've never had hood. That's not even in your around you. So you get upset because you feel like white people think every Black person has a hood experience.
Thank you.
Every Black person doesn't have
every
a hood
Black
experience.
person can dance, and Oprah said, "I don't have the rhythm." Every Black person don't have rhythm, so it's like the stereotype.
And assume that every Black father is not in the house, but if he is in the house, is he present?
Yeah,
it's very, very good movie. So very good movie.
I want to see what's her name's movie too.
Who?
What's her name? She's
I know Ada.
Yeah. Her, yeah. Okay.
Are we going to see that Jesus movie?
It's not in this area.
The Book of Clarence.
It's not in here. This area.
It went and left.
In fact, Friday is the last day.
It came and left.
Friday.
It came and left. Where is it?
It's at our theater.
Friday
is the last day.
So we might have to go see that, y'all.
Yeah.
The Book of Clarence came and left. Wendy says, "Hey, ladies." She said, "Step and fetch it." Yeah, that's what he did. He did what he needed to do.
Yeah.
Christopher says, "Hello, all." Wendy says, "Hattie said, I'd rather play a maid than be one," even though I don't agree with that. But I understand what she's saying, because there's nothing wrong with being a maid. And some people feel like being an actress is less important. My grandmother was a maid, and the white kids that she raised, what, Mom?
They call my mother grandma.
Yeah, they called my mother's mother
another family.
Yeah, grandma. Yeah. Helped her get her house and everything. So in my opinion, sometimes being a maid, even in this movie, that their maid, in my opinion, is more important than an actress. An actress to me is, what are you worth?
I get
versus somebody helping raise somebody's kids and take care of their mom.
And I think too, a lot of times people like Hattie, they can you have to be careful.
Don't be haughty.
Yeah. Be very, very humble.
So she should have never said that.
And
publicly.
Think about it. At that time, majority of Black women and women of color were the help.
And even saying it for money, Wendy, you said she was speaking of money. She should have never said that publicly.
Yeah, don't say that. Now, especially when a lot of our women are the help.
Not when a lot of people at that time, that was the only job a lot of Black women could get.
I'd rather play one than be one.
No.
How that sound?
And don't assume because you made money that you better off than some people that were made. Some maids got houses.
Yes.
Got land. So don't assume because you was an actress, you made more money.
We have someone that we know who the owner, the person they was helping and raised the kids and whatever, willed the money to them when they
left
died.
Them everything.
Left them the home and the money.
Yes. And
because they were part of the family.
Yes.
So don't talk about no maid, Hattie.
Talk about, but I understand what she's saying.
See what she's saying.
I get what she's saying. But the
it.
same way I said about Candace Owens saying anything out of her mouth, you can't just say anything.
Yeah.
Because people look at you, if you are somebody who's Black and you say something, other Black people look at what you're saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Wendy said she was being attacked by the NAACP. Yeah, because she was playing that. I'd
rather play a maid than be one.
My answer to that wouldn't have been I'd rather play one than be one. I would have said, you know what? I play the parts that mean something to me. I would have just
there are so many people that there's so many women that are in that role.
Right.
It feels a little different to get paid for it. I don't even know how she could have said that.
And you said she tried to defend herself. Being the help also helped break stereotypes. That's what Emerald said. I agree. But you said she was trying to defend herself. By defending herself, we don't talk about Hattie. You notice that?
Yeah.
We don't talk about her.
She's forgotten.
Nobody talks about her.
They talk about Cicely
Tyson. They talk about other Black actresses that we felt were positive role models. And even if you played a negative type of character, your life in real life is what people look at. They look at like Harry Belafonte or somebody. They look at what you did. Was you part of the movement?
Yeah.
Did you support
Were
Martin
you
Luther
an
King?
NAACP member? Did
Yeah,
you
was
walk
she
in
a
the
member
civil
of
rights
the
movement?
NAACP?
Yes.
So if you not a member of nothing and you not really doing nothing, that black people don't see you doing nothing, and the only time I see you is when you on the movie talking about I love you, Mr. Charlie. Then black people gonna be like, and then when you win the award, I like to thank the Academy for well, God darn it, why I didn't hear that from you? All I hear from you is I love. So then that's why she probably got hit. You know?
It's not like that.
I love you. Now, what if we did that, y'all? Wendy. I love Wendy.
If our show, if we start doing that on the show.
What if I did that,
Hey,
Wendy?
Kim, what's up,
I love Lenore. Hey, y'all. What y'all gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna get on down there. We're gonna get on up and do this.
Tim Scott.
Yeah, I just love me some Trump. Trump. And then, Wendy, you have our phone number. I get on the phone with you. Yeah, Wendy, so what do you think about
That's my office voice. That's my professional voice. Where's you going when you...
Right.
Go ahead.
So you said she did the best she could.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
I get it, though.
Like I said, I understand
If you
it.
haven't seen the movie, go see it.
I don't excuse her, but she did what she needed to do at that time.
She had to put her foot in her mouth.
Yeah,
So
I just
no
don't
problem.
like that.
Go
I don't
ahead.
like that.
Go ahead.
That and this movie touches on that.
Yeah.
This movie touches on
Yeah,
that.
two different artists coming
Or
at each
just
other.
the things that you say.
Yeah.
You don't have to say that.
Uh-huh.
I love it. That's why I like this movie.
Go ahead.
Because it brings this dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody might say that. Well, Hattie said, I'd rather play a maid than be one. And then this movie would address
I'm sure a lot of actors feel that way. I'd rather play a pimp than be a pimp. Of course. Of course. Gosh. Go ahead.
But the difference is a pimp is not a good job.
I know.
That's like saying
That's a bad analogy.
That's like saying I'd rather play a bus driver than be one. Then all the guys that are bus drivers, what are they thinking?
Like
I might as well take
Ebony.
my blue shirt off.
Like Ebony, what's her name?
I don't want to
I
date
don't even want to date a bus driver unless he owns the company.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
She got tore up for that too.
Hattie's getting tore up the way Ebony got tore up recently in 2023.
Oh, that's funny.
Ebony said, "I'd rather date the guy who owns the bus company than a bus driver."
A bus driver. That's beneath me.
Right. So that sparked controversy.
Sure did.
So Hattie gets controversy too. She don't get a pass because she was back in 1800s.
I don't think she wasn't that old. 1800s.
Everybody's getting the smoke. You know, she's no different than Ebony who got the smoke.
Okay.
Why should she change? Because she was back in the early 1700s.
So what show?
Okay.
Well, we don't have much time. So what you want to do?
You're right. We talked a lot on American.
And the first one with
Well, shoot. Let's just go to the
Nikki Haley.
Let's just go to the end.
Okay.
All this other stuff we could talk about later.
Yeah.
I wanted you to see this.
Okay.
Because every day we try to do something that's either funny or interesting.
Uh-huh.
Okay. To me, this was interesting. Okay.
Uh-huh.
There are 12. Listen to this, Ma. Okay. There are 12 siblings from the same family. All of them are alive. The oldest is 113. The youngest is 90.
Oh, Lord.
Not one of them have died yet.
Longevity is a blessing.
Not one of them have died.
That's beautiful.
Okay. I want them doing my music. Look at that.
Wow.
12 siblings from the same family.
And they're all living.
All alive.
90.
The oldest is 113.
Sahara is 101.
The youngest is 90. Look at this.
Manuela, 97. That is beautiful.
12.
Antonia is 96.
12 of them, all alive.
Gloria is 95. Look at this. Rachel is 94. Raquel.
Look at that.
Beautiful. And
isn't that something?
Are they in America? Or are they in a
I don't
different
know.
country?
The name sounds Latino, don't it?
Yeah.
But it says 12
Spanish.
siblings from the same family.
Antonio, 93.
Yep. All alive. The oldest is 113 and the youngest is 90.
90. They still going. It's 12 of them. Who is
Yep.
this one? Another brother.
All of them. 92.
Manalo.
Yeah. 91. And this must be the youngest coming in. There he is. 90. He don't even look 90, don't he?
God, look at him. He looks like he's in
90.
Shape. Oh, this
he
is
gonna be up there with
beautiful.
him. This the oldest one right here.
113. Mine, he walking with a cane.
Mine, he walking with a cane. 113. 109.
They don't have no canes.
The other ones don't even have canes. 108. 101.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that something?
God, longevity, big time. And I keep thinking in the biblical, back in the Bible days, they lived a long time. Their diets were probably different than ours.
Yep.
Ooh.
Isn't that something?
Because they were saying, wasn't Abraham about 80 something when he went on the mountain?
I don't know how old
he must have been like them in shape to climb the mountain at 80 something.
Let me see. Wendy says Hattie was born 1893. Different time, different pressure.
Oh, so she was 1800s. Okay.
I said 1800s.
I didn't know that was.
And it's not no different time. We still get the smoke. Like Ebony got the smoke for saying she rather date the guy who owned the bus company
than a bus driver.
Yeah. Same
she
smoke.
Had to put her foot in her
2023. You get the same smoke. Yeah. If you say anything about working class people, you're gonna get the smoke, whether it's 1700s or now. Christopher says where they live. You know what? I don't know.
I don't know. They do. They got it in
Spanish. They got a Spanish name.
Are they in Spain? Are they in what Spanish country? What does this say?
No, nobody. We don't know.
Success in Jesus. Is that who?
No, that's people just making comments.
No, up here. Follow.
Oh, that's them. Yeah, that's they. If you want to follow this page, that posted this. But isn't that something?
That's beautiful. They didn't say where.
They didn't say where.
People made a comment.
But they definitely Spanish because they got their names. They may not live here. That's probably why they living so long.
God is good. Psalms 91.
They probably live in some small
long life. I will satisfy him.
Isn't that something?
And show him my salvation.
But you know what? Not one of them has passed away.
That's beautiful. With long life. Some people that family had to been a praying family. Just maybe they're, as far as their belief in Christ.
Yep.
He satisfied them with long life.
Yep. Now you always want to know who Charlemagne the God's donkey of the day is.
One too, really.
You always want to know.
He's not a hot looking man.
Chicago man on electronic monitoring system. He had a M charge where he offed somebody.
Oh no. Busted
with guns, drugs from the sheriff. A convicted felon who was out on electronic monitoring is awaiting trial for offing somebody, is now charged with additional counts after drugs and guns were found at his home. The Cook County Sheriff's Office announced Monday. Now, this dumbbell, he's already got an electronic device on his leg.
What did that not help? Did it go off? Is he house arrest?
He must not. I don't know what he is. Let me see what they say.
If you got electronic device.
Well, no, they searched his house. During the search earlier this month, investigators found an assault rifle, 3 handguns. He's already being tried for the M word, including one with the defaced serial number on it where he scratched it off. A high-capacity 50-round drum magazine, an extended 9mm magazine, and 2 9mm magazines, and about 150 live rounds of ammunition with various calibers. Also found were 16 grams of cocaine, 300 grams of cannabis, and 78 oxycodone pills, and about $4,000 in cash.
I think he needs to stay in jail. I don't know why he's even out.
Mr. Johnson, he was awaiting trial. Oh. Mr. Johnson was caught with multiple firearms and a drum magazine, they said this was an unacceptable risk of safety of the community and perfectly illustrates why I have for years argued that individuals charged with violent crimes should not be placed on electronic monitoring.
Thank you. That's taking a risk.
Why, if you are charged with a violent crime, why are you not being held in jail?
He wasn't selling anything. He actually took someone's life.
Well, allegedly.
But
why is he out?
I don't know. This is what and this is the Chicago area. How dare you guys? What's going on with our legal system here?
So I can understand non-violent crimes.
Right.
If you are charged with a non-violent crime,
and you don't have a history of
and
it.
you don't have it, I don't think you should be held in jail, which is that new law I think they were saying.
Oh, with
because
no bond.
You don't have no bond because you don't have money to bail yourself out.
Bail.
But if you are being held, if you are charged with a violent crime,
yes, like he was, he should have never been on the streets. Even until his trial date, he sits in a jail cell.
Especially if he has previous records of other things.
Yes. So what they gonna do now?
Well, he's locked up again.
Oh, they not gonna let him out this time.
They won't let me out. They won't let me out. I'm locked up. They won't let me out. No. They won't let me out.
That's his theme song.
Holding a gun. I'm locked up. They won't let me out. Not one gun. One gun, you can say, well, I fear for my life. Even though I'm on an electronic monitoring system, I'm still in the hood.
Right.
And I don't want nobody coming in here offing me.
But two of them.
Dude, you got semi-automatics, 100 and some rounds. You got crack and cocaine and all kind of stuff.
He said, I'm out. I'm going to still keep on going until they
put
me away.
I bet you I know what he was thinking.
What?
He thinking he's going to lose. So he probably think I'm gonna try to make as much money and put it away, so that when I go, trial, I have some money on my books. How much you want to bet? That's what he was thinking.
Probably.
Well, no more, buddy. You're
bad for his family.
Big dummy.
Wow.
Let me see what y'all said. That is your donkey of the day.
Yes, he is.
Christopher says, I hear the Spaniards and Italians live long lives. Those people, those old people.
They take their time. They have more. They're not as stressed as we are in this country.
He said it's all about the diet and lifestyle. You're right. None of them was overweight.
And they drink wine, probably.
You notice none of them was overweight.
Wine is, keeps the
None of them was overweight.
No, they were not. You're right. That's beautiful.
Wendy says, good chance you won't get the L word. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can't say that word either?
Probably not. Emerald says, sounds like he wanted to make sure that he was convicted and get a maximum sentence. He's a moron, but I think he wanted to put money on his books
to have when he come back out.
Yeah,
but if he took someone's life, is he gonna be in there for a long time?
Forever.
Well, then he ain't gonna do.
No, he wanted to raise money so he could have money on his books for the rest of his life. I think. Oh. I think that's what it was about. It has to be, or he's a moron.
Yeah, he is.
He just didn't think he was gonna get caught.
Yeah, that's probably it too.
So that's it.
Okay.
Don't forget to get our book, 100 Family-Friendly Jokes. You can't never see it. I don't know why I hold it up. The link is in the description, and the book is on Amazon. Go see American Fiction
if you haven't seen it. I want to see there's other few movies I want to see.
There's some more African American movies that we want to go see. No, I'm not seeing Barbie. No, absolutely not.
We're trying to see the Book of Clarence.
I know that came and went. Mm-hmm. We might go see it. We might go see it. Yeah. And that Ada movie you said, I don't even know if that's out.
What
Ada,
movie?
the director, the one you said.
No, that's coming on. Like Hulu, that kind of thing.
Okay. All right.
I want to see Argyle.
What is that?
It's a spy movie with what's his name that played Opie? His daughter.
Oh yeah.
Argyle.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
She's the Opie. Ron Howard.
Yeah.
She's good. She's a good actress. Mm-hmm. Redhead.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
To take us out in prayer. Mm-hmm. Father God, we thank you. We give you glory and honor, oh God, for another day. We thank you, oh God, for those who have chimed in to get to listen to the stories and the topics that we spoke about and give their views as well, because we love hearing what other people are thinking and what's going on and on what's going on in the world of politics and acting and entertainment and all the other areas that we can talk about. And I'm just grateful that they are there to help support this show. We're grateful, Lord, for another opportunity to share our thoughts and our opinions on a very good movie, American Fiction, that really talks about the issues and concerns with our Blacks, the people of color, when it comes to book writing and the topics and the movie themes and so forth. God, we do have a long way to go in this country in regards to racism and justice for all. I know we had the Black Lives Matter walking, we have the white supremacist groups, we have still groups out there who are trying to make a difference, whether negative or positive. But God, we know that you are in control, oh God. You are the God of all creation, oh God, the God of all flesh. And we thank you, oh God, that we can look to you for direction, for clarity, to be give clarity in our lives, oh God, and what decisions we should make and not make, oh God, that may hurt and offend people. We pray for the Nikki Haley, and I even continue to pray a spirit of adoption over Como, oh God. And
You keep saying Como.
oh, I'm sorry. A spirit of adoption over Trump and his entire family, oh God, including Nikki Haley and Tim Scott and Biden and Kamala, all of our politicians that we are hopefully and praying for, that they make right decisions and that people's minds will be open and clear to understand the lies and anything that could be deceiving us, oh God. We come against the spirit of deception over man, oh God, and that we just thank you for another opportunity to be a light. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Don't forget to, will you say, Ma? I know she laughed
I
because
keep
Lenore
saying
keeps saying
Como.
Como.
God, you know who I'm talking about.
Everybody
I'll call him by name though. Trump.
Everybody said hi to each other.
Oh yeah, Bob Marley's movie coming out.
Oh yeah, Wendy says Bob Marley. Yeah, we're going to see that for sure.
For sure. His son gave.
Don't worry.
He said the son, Ziggy, said the movie was done good. So to hear a family member saying that.
I told you that there's pros and cons, because I like the fact that it's a Bob Marley movie.
Mm-hmm.
His family's involved, so you know we know
they're just showing the good stuff.
You know they're gonna only show.
We'll see.
Which is fine.
I
still want to see it.
Somebody had posted on Facebook that the people know that his dad is white.
Yeah, Bob Marley mixed.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't talk about that. But I'm wondering what they shared.
Is the movie gonna? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he was with all the women. They made it seem like he was probably with this one lady in the movie. Don't it seem like in the preview?
Well, that's his wife.
I know, but he was no.
Don't worry about a thing.
Yeah, he was everything gonna be all right everywhere around now. But again, I expect it, just like the Jackson movie. Yeah. Anytime somebody's family is involved, you always want to show the best of them. Yeah. You're not going to show the worst of them.
That's true.
So I expect, just like Martin Luther King.
Yeah. Aretha Franklin.
His children were involved. Yeah. So they're not going to show him in the hotel with some other lady. Or smoking and all that. They're going to show him the good side. And that's fine.
Yeah.
And the only way they would have been able to get Bob Marley's music is to have the family and the estate,
whoever has
signed
the rights of that. Yeah.
Or you would have been having a Whitney Houston movie with what's her name, Deborah Cox. Some Bob Marley guy singing "Don't Worry About a Thing." It wouldn't have been the real
music.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been. And you can tell this is the real Bob Marley music in it.
Okay.
But I still want to see it anyway.
I do too.
So I think we're excited about this.
I am too.
Finally, a black movie.
He's made a very big impact.
Black movie that we're excited.
And the whole movement as well as his music. So he's hit. Kind of like what we were saying about Hattie.
I think he saved the country. I think he saved Jamaica. That's my opinion.
Yeah. But I like the fact that you brought up if black actors and actresses out there, are they in the movement? Are they out there in the civil rights and justice for all? And
if you're not,
and what's his name, Kaepernick, sit on the knee.
And if you're not to beat up on Hattie, just don't say nothing.
Yeah.
The fetched guy, he ain't never said nothing. He's like, look, I'm out here, hey, the Bible, and then I'm collecting my money, and I'm living large. I'm gonna make my kids go have something, and they're gonna the next generation to have more because I set up a good foundation, and that's what he did. He didn't say I'd rather act and be a bus driver or something. That's all I'm saying. She shouldn't have just said nothing. Just be quiet.
That's right.
But
Okay.
leave it alone. Just,
Okay.
But Bob Marley, I feel like he saved Jamaica. So hopefully this movie will show that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Haiti. And then you will understand the importance of Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Because Jamaica was going in that same direction where it was torn apart and it would have been militant, the people fighting the government and them shooting people down like apartheid.
Yeah, that's sad.
So I think he saved Jamaica. That's why Jamaicans love Bob Marley so much. One of the reasons why they love him so much.
Okay.
So I can't wait to see this movie. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Always believe. And that was another Woods Report. See you later. See you later, TikTok.